look up here a second, I'll show you that we got this accomplished. What we did, we went back and moved the pegs in. We cut them off, shortened them, and moved them in a little closer, which will make a lot tighter fit here now. Now they're going to be set in. Now they're going to be mounted in a little closer, which is going to make for a lot better ride, more comfort. Before they were out and out here, but after looking at it, Kim said she'd rather have them mounted in because it's going to be for her, so we're going to do what she wants to do. So now we got the pegs, we got them mounted in, welded in, be a lot closer fit. Here shortly I'm going to paint it in. We're going to paint, just blend the color right back in, then we'll be back on our way. Little short detour here, but it's going to be well worth it. Same on the other side. On the brake setup, wherever it is, we took and mounted it in as well, so it's going to be a little closer, tighter fit as well. So, other than that, while we were waiting, while I was doing this, I went in and had the chance to go ahead and get the oil tank mounted. We got the oil tank mounted, and also we've got all the braided steel lines run for the oil lines and the return lines. So we pretty much got the drivetrain all bolted in and torqued in at this point. Transmission, belt drive, engines, all filter, all lines, all this is all pretty much mounted. Once we get this stuff painted today, we're going to get the controls on it, and then after we get the controls, we're going to move on to the rear swing arm. With the swing arm set, or we may go ahead and do the front end and the wiring first, and then we'll do the swing arm. But it's coming right along. Before the week's up, we should have this thing cranked up and running. So stay tuned. We'll keep you in touch, keep you informed of what we're doing, and hopefully we'll have a bike by the end of the week. These, we cut them off and put them back down here. Now they're all mounted, and they're back where Kim wanted them. And so today, what we're doing, we're mounting the exhaust. We did get the rear swing arm mounted, getting it all lined up. It's all lined up really well. Right now, I'm working on the exhaust. I'm putting in some stationary studs in the heads. Then we'll have locking nuts that will attach to this. These are really good setup here. We did get the carburetor on, we did get the breather on, all the lines are hooked up. We're about ready to do the front end and the wiring, so I think maybe we should have some wiring going on it here shortly. So we'll see. Well, we're back on the bike again. There's Sam over there polishing out the header for it, one of the exhaust pipes, stainless steel. Doing the final little touch-ups on it before we install it. As you can see, we finally got all this finished, and it's all been painted and cleared and matched back in, as well as we've mounted the coils, the motor mounts, and also we've mounted this Genesis PSI Big Air carburetor. This is a special carb that's really going to make this 145 cubic inch motor breathe. You can see it's got a very large air intake with a vane here to separate that air equally to both cylinders. We'll be hooking up the cables to it shortly. We've got the oil lines. We also got the breather. This motor needs a crankcase breather, so we're using a special setup that we fabricated here. Works real well. It also has a drain in the bottom for any excess blow-by. Vents really nice. This is a very high performance setup here. On the oil filter here, we're also using a washable type screen filter in this with less restrictive oil flow. I mean, it has more oil flow, it's less restrictive, so being less restrictive, it has more oil flow to the engine, hopefully. No, it really does. They've worked real well. You notice we are using braided steel lines on this, as well as all the trick fittings here, so we don't have any oil leaks. A little closer look at some of this. We've also mounted the single-sided swing arm, and we were getting it lined up perfect with the transmission. At this point, we've got a good alignment with it. You can actually see the sprocket here lined up with the transmission sprocket. It's a very heavy duty unit. Next we'll be mounting the shocks, and then next I guess then we'll probably take a break today and mount the front end tomorrow. Let's see how this is coming out here. It's looking really nice. I was using a little bit of billet polish on this stainless. Sam sitting in his place, giving me a hand with it. Bobby, he'll be back helping me with it the rest of the week.